My fourth novel, and I kind of, without sounding like a wanker, you want to try and play in slightly different keys.
But also, I'd say since 2010, that's been pretty tough times, kind of thing. Obviously, his brother's suicide, which was a piece in the Observer. It's 2013, it was an amazing piece. So you had that. You split up from the mother of your daughter, and I asked you this question, with cold hands, with no good deed, with single white male, it just didn't feel like he was scared to put it all in there, because those books have the obsession of that, no, I can't lose everything, It's almost like Tony Soprano in the scene where he goes, those fucking ducks. And he didn't, those three books felt like you were dealing with something.
I think you were the first person to novel No Good Deed about two sort of lifelong friends. And James was the first person who pointed out that what that book's about is the fear of losing your family, of losing everything that you have. And when you're writing sometimes, when things happen to you in your life, whether it's divorce or it's fatherhood or it's whatever, death, suicide, it takes, in Mark Newman's phrase, it takes a few years for experience to distill down through you until you can use it for fiction. So there'll be all the things you're talking about there, James. There's a time lag on them that's maybe kind of 3 to 5 years after they happen to you that you can kind of write about them usefully, In terms of Kill Your Friends alone, I tried to write that book as soon as I left, back when I still living in London. I tried to write that book in maybe 2001 too, but the experience of being in the record industry was still too recent for me, and I kind of had to leave it and then go off and write music for Big Pink, which took a couple of years, and then come back to Kill Your Friends to get it to work, because you need a certain, this is as old as time. Wordsworth famously said that poetry is emotion recollected in tranquility, and some of the novel needs that sort of distance from the event sometimes to be able to see your way through it clearly.
I think in the last 20 pages of Single White Male you mentioned 15 different writers. It's a fucking record. It's
15 different writers?
Yeah.
But
I think between 11 and
I
15.
do like it.
No, it's brilliant. It's kind of last question before the questionnaire. I remember reading Primary Colours by J. Klein, Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. I remember when I was reading them, I could see the film. And it's always, Primary Colours became a great film. Virgin Suicides didn't become a good film, but so kind of varying results there. If somebody's reading the book, if they can see the film when they're reading it, is there an even more acute danger for the novelist that you can actually see the satellite version of what he's writing? Can that be a danger?
I think ideas present themselves to you, because I write movies and I write books, and sometimes an idea will come along and you think, well, that's a film, other times you think that's a novel. The Second Coming started life as a movie script for about 70 to 80 pages, but I suddenly thought, what Hollywood studio is going to spend $100 million making a pot-smoking Jesus and God? It's not going to happen. So you have to, then again, the way when you adapt your own books for movies, it's very difficult, because you've got to get sort of 300 or 400 pages down to 100 or 120 pages. So they're very antithetical disciplines. The novel works by the expansion and accretion of detail. The screenplay works by economy and compression, and you've got to do a lot of heavy lifting with very little space to play with. So I feel I love the fact that I can jump between both of them.
So you can flip, it just doesn't bother you at all.
It doesn't really, whenever you work especially when you work in LA in a Hollywood movie, after a while you go, I want to fucking kill everybody, the producers are all cunts and fucking actors are idiots, fuck them. I cannot wait to go back to my study and write a novel, and then after you've been in the study for 2 years you go, I'm kind of bored. It might be fun to go to LA and have some meetings, because being a novelist is kind of like being a private detective. You're on your own all the time, you kind of figure out clues and trying to find your way. Whereas being a screenwriter, it's like kind of being a cop. You get to go to the cop shop with the other cops and have donuts and coffee and meetings and talk bullshit. And it's just a bit more social, it's a bit more fun.
Okay, well that's my last proper question. We're going to do something here, right about the time we talked about, you know, the difficult period, 2001, wherever it fucking was, where we both stay in a bit way too much.
Oh, you're going to do the thing? I was going to do one more reading if that's all right.
Yeah, you can go for that.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Don't do the accent, that accent.
You're on the show.
I'll go for it, I'll go.
That's something I was going to read you one more.
It's not my fucking job.
But James did bring up when you touched on the Contender there, because that was an early movie to deal with, I think, it was pressing in a way that it dealt with the issues of women's rights that was certainly ahead of its time. And one of the things I said to you earlier about when I was writing the novel, I was very rigidly tied to this timeline of January through to June of 2017. And my editor, Jason Arthur at Random House, said to me, look, I really need to know what Still Fox thinks of Me Too, of that whole movement, of that whole moment of recent history. And he said, I think it'd be shocking and it'd be fun. And I said, I do too, but we can't do it. It's outside our timeline. The Harvey Weinstein, the whole thing didn't break until September, October, and we were married to January to July. And sometimes it takes someone outside your own process to say, well, how about an epilogue? So there was a kind of reason hinted at in the book that we might have an epilogue, but I can't tell you about it. It's a real spoiler. So it was logical enough that we could come back at the end of that year. So I'm going to read you a wee bit here, and as I often say at this juncture, all apologies for the content. You can usually tell what kind of city you're in by the reaction to some of this stuff, because in Glasgow and Edinburgh it's like 80% laughter to 20% gasps. Brighton was a slightly different ratio. 20% laughter to 80% gasps. But Still Fox, when we meet him here at the end of the book, is in hospital. He's in Cedars Sinai. Have you ever been to Cedars Sinai Hospital in LA?